I'm happy to be wherever you would like me to be.
Yes, I did.
All right.
You're going to be right with me.
Yeah. Y'all are way too quiet.
Yeah, like what's going on?
It's not working. Not working.
Whenever you're ready, you tell me. You're in charge.
Way too quiet.
We're ready? Good afternoon. I'm Sister Carolyn Tweedy, the Executive Director here at St. John's Bread and Life in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. We're one of the largest emergency food providers in the city, and we're here today to talk about affordability and some other topics that are pertinent to the people that we serve. So it's my privilege to introduce Leslie Gordon, who's the President and CEO of Food Bank of New York City, and obviously Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, who represents both Brooklyn and Queens. So welcome.
Yes. Thank you.
So good afternoon. That was a little too brief for the amount of impact that you have in this amazing neighborhood, by the way. Not to put you, no pressure. So good afternoon. My name is Leslie Gordon. I have the privilege and honor of being the CEO and President of Food Bank for New York City. We are your city's food bank, and comparatively, we're one of your largest food banks in our amazing country. I'm here today to talk a little bit about affordability. And so let's just unpack that for a second if we can. Our New Yorkers, our neighbors, right here in our great city, in Congressman Jeffries' district, and in the geography that the amazing St. John's Bread and Life serves, are struggling. What we know and what we hear from them on a regular basis is that they're frightened, they're frustrated, they're challenged, they're struggling. And here in one of the richest cities in the world, that just shouldn't be. Now, what we know is that the three of us, if I can say so myself, are in it to win it. We are the backbone in service to make sure that our neighbors very consistently have access to good, nutritious food and the other resources that they deserve and desire so that they can live their best life. Food has gotten really expensive. I often tell people that rent eats first. So then what's left? You've got parents who are struggling. This is also a trauma-laden situation. It's a crisis-laden situation. Our neighbors are living in a constant state of fight or flight, having to make tough decisions that shouldn't be here, right here in Brooklyn, in Queens, and all across America. I've got parents who have to make tough decisions. Do I feed my kids tonight? Is there going to be something left over for me? And if there isn't, I'm not going to eat tonight, but I want to make sure that my kids eat. Those are real life decisions. Now, we're standing together just before the all-American holiday of Thanksgiving. And we want to make sure that taken together, our neighbors in our great city have an opportunity to celebrate, to come together around tables. It's stories, it's love, it's culture. But this shouldn't be a tough time for people who are sharing tables together. This should be a time of celebration. This should be a time where you can come together and feel like I can just breathe. And so we're here today to say that we'll be here and we're in it to win it, but we need to do better. We need to figure out, when we unpack affordability, what are the very real solutions that we can come up with? Where can we be creative? Where can we be innovative? Where can we collaborate better together to ensure that no one gets left behind? So that kids can grow and laugh and develop as they're supposed to. So that our older adults can live out the rest of their lives in dignity. So that moms and dads don't have to make those challenging decisions that I just shared with you. It just shouldn't be. And I'm confident that nothing can be untouched if we come together. And so I want to take this opportunity to also say thank you. I always like to start out by saying thank you. And so please allow me, Congressman Jeffries, to say a great big heartfelt Food Bank for New York City thank you to everything that you do. We haven't always had the pleasure to sit together and, as I like to say, kibitz, but I'm well aware of your very long-standing and public commitment to ensuring that our neighbors have the fundamentals, which is food. It's very hard to do anything else in life if you don't have the fuel that helps you get through your days and power you through it. And so please accept our thank you for everything that you've done and everything that I know that you and your amazing team will continue to do. And sister, we're fast friends.
Yes.
This is an organization that has been a committed and long-standing and stable anchor and backbone right here in this community. It's magical. When I stepped through those doors today, I felt welcome. I felt like I was home. And so I know before I even see the food that you're doing amazing work here. It's God's work that you're doing here with you and your team. And so again, on behalf of Food Bank for New York City, please accept my sincerest, heartfelt gratitude. Know that we are always going to stand shoulder to shoulder with you in the good moments and even in the toughest ones. And so I hear that we've got some folks on your team who have their own personal stories to share with us. And so I'm going to ask you to step back up here with me, because I know that's your comfort place.
That's my comfort zone.
Right? And tell us a little bit about who we're going to hear from.
Sure. I want to echo what you just said and say thank you, because 474,000 people were fed last year at Bread and Life alone, and we couldn't do it without the two of you. And so from all of us, we want to say thank you. We want to thank you for standing with us and for fighting for the basic human rights that all of us deserve. So with that, I want to introduce Jillian Beatty. She is a member of our staff. Jillian came to us about 3 years ago as a volunteer. And one day she told her story, and her story is very touching. It's a story about someone who's young and raising a child alone and struggling to take care of a mom and finding herself almost at rock bottom and coming here and turning her life around. And she is an amazing, amazing woman who works so great with the staff here. And I want to introduce Jillian Beatty.
We're here for all of that.
Yeah, we got that.
Welcome back to tears, girl.
We're
Come on.
here
We
for
got
it.
that.
We're here for it.
Hi, I'm Jillian Beatty. I was a client 3 years ago. I had lost my mother, so I wanted to move into Brooklyn. It's a cute story. What made me come to Bread of Life was they had grapes. I'm sorry, they had green grapes, and I was like, oh wow, who's giving that out? And they was like, Bread of Life. You don't have to. You could get food, but if you want to get a plate, you get food. But if you want to register, you register. So I just started coming here. It was just me and my daughter at the time. It was a weekly thing. Then they saw me so much, I was helping from outside. So everybody was like, hey, why you just don't volunteer? And I was like, why not? To get me up, to get me going, to not think about not having food. So this place was a lot for me. I appreciate this place as being a volunteer and being a worker, because we're allowed to shop too. So us allowing to shop also helped me out, because I am a SNAP recipient, but I don't get SNAP no more since of the government shutdown. I know it's back up, but it's hard. So I do thank my job and Bread of Life to be able to shop and feed my daughter every day. That's really it.
You deserve a hug.
Right, we're going to hug you later.
Okay.
And now it's my privilege to welcome Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, who represents Brooklyn and Queens, and who is our voice in government. So welcome.
Thank you. Well, good afternoon, everybody. What an honor and a privilege to be here. Certainly thankful for Sister Carolyn Tweedy, who is such, a tremendous, angelic, powerful presence here at St. John's Bread and Life, and so appreciative of all she does for the community, feeding more than 400,000 people and families in our community. That's amazing. And we're thankful for the work that you and your entire team has done. When I was on my way in, I was asked by staff, "Are you going to take the jacket off?" I said, "No, I'm trying to blend in with the St. John's Bread and Life color." Because your values are, get me a sweatshirt next time. But your values certainly are American values, and our values are your values, and we're so appreciative of the work that all of you do, and certainly to Leslie Gordon and the Food Bank for New York City. Thank you for your powerful words, for your leadership and partnership, for your commitment to making sure that no one in our great city, the greatest city in the world, goes hungry. These are very challenging times that we confront, and we know that people are struggling with the high cost of living in our community, in our city, and across the country. And no one in America, the wealthiest country in the history of the world, should ever go hungry. No one. But we know, unfortunately, that the reality is very different. And that we've got some forces within the government who, instead of addressing the fact that there are millions of people in our country who are food insecure, are making things worse. Earlier this year, there were a group of people who passed what we refer to as the One Big Ugly Bill. And in it, not only did they rip away Medicaid from 14 million people, triggering a wave of hospitals, nursing homes, and community-based health centers closing, setting that painful reality in motion. In the same toxic piece of legislation, they enacted the largest cut to SNAP in American history, ripping $186 billion in nutritional assistance from hungry children, seniors, families, and veterans. It was a shameful thing, and we're working hard, and we'll continue to do everything possible until we get those toxic SNAP cuts reversed. Until we get those reversed. We know in the midst of this affordability crisis, people are struggling with housing, people are struggling with health care, and people are struggling with food. And having to make decisions about whether to put food on the table, pay the rent, get access to the medicine that they need to live a dignified life. That's unacceptable in this great country. It's also one of the reasons why we're so thankful for St. John's Bread and Life, for the Food Bank, and for the work of these great organizations that we will continue to support. Thankful for what they do during the holiday season, but this is work that is done each and every day, each and every month, year after year. And as the member of Congress from this great community, I pledge to continue hard to support it. Last thing that I'd mention is that in this community, proud to have grown up in Crown Heights, continue to go to church in Bedford-Stuyvesant, right down the block where my grandmother lived for a long period of time, that we've seen tremendous progress as it relates to some of the violence issues that our community has suffered throughout the years, homicides and gang-related violence and things of that nature. And we know there's still progress to be made in those areas. But it's always been the case that in our community, right here in central Brooklyn, that more people have always died from drive-throughs than drive-bys. It's always been that case. More people in our community have died from drive-throughs than drive-bys because of the lack of access to affordable, healthy food, triggering a wide variety of illnesses from hypertension, high blood pressure, diabetes, other forms of heart disease, obesity that creates all sorts of health complications. More people in our community continue, and it's always been true, have died from lack of access to healthy food, fruits and vegetables, nutritious meals that is affordable than they have from gun violence or other things that have plagued our neighborhoods. That's why making sure that we continue to support organizations like St. John's Bread and Life, Food Bank for New York City, and others will continue to be a high priority until we can bring about the moment in this great community, in this city, in this country, where not a single family ever goes hungry. God bless you, and happy Thanksgiving. And it's now my honor to yield to one of my great partners in government, a longtime advocate for the communities of Central Brooklyn, who's doing a tremendous job as our representative in the state legislature, Assemblywoman Stefani Zinerman.
Thank you to our congressman and for what I call the miracle on Lexington Avenue, St. John's Bread and Life. Congressman, thank you so much for your leadership. Nobody could do your job. It is hard going to work every day to have to fight for people to have a moral code, the decency to just have resources for people to have food on the table, a good job, and health care to take care of their family. So I want us all to just give him the strength that he needs to continue to go back to Washington to do that big fight for us. What he does makes my job in the state assembly a lot easier, because he makes sure that we get the resources so that my work on the agriculture committee is easy. That's how we were able to get free breakfast and lunch in our schools this year. He makes sure that we have the funding to support our 27, going on now 33 community farms and gardens. He is the reason why we are able to fund programs in our schools. We've got 15 out of 19 of our schools growing food either hydroponically or in soil. He is the reason why we are able to support St. John's Bread and Life. If you don't remember anything that you hear today, I just want to lift up my sister's story. The fact that she found a home in this place. She came here to volunteer. And it's something that people who live in Bedford-Stuyvesant do all the time. We volunteer at our churches, at our pantries, and our schools to make sure that the 56th Assembly District, Bedford-Stuyvesant and Crown Heights, is a vibrant community for people to live in. And she found a home here just by volunteering, and now she is giving back what St. John's gave to them. And so remember that spirit. Continue to fight for families like hers. I think everybody in this room has a story of when they did not have enough for their families, but somebody stepped in and took care of them. So our job is to go and fight in Albany and in Washington for the resources for each and every one of you, and know that when you don't see us, we are talking about how we can make sure that Brooklyn can thrive. So thank you all, and let's continue to do good work together.
Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you, Jillian, for your story, for sharing it with us, for pouring into this wonderful organization, and in doing so, pouring into the community. I think we can take some on-topic questions, and then Stephanie and I will be willing to take any off-topic questions immediately afterward.
So talking about food insecurity, Mayor Alexo Mondani has supported city-owned grocery stores in order to tackle this issue. What is your opinion?
Well, I look forward to having a conversation with him We speak frequently, but look forward to having a conversation with him about that particular policy proposal. I do think that his emphasis on affordability overall, which includes housing, transportation, and food, is exactly the right point of emphasis at a moment in time like this for the city of New York. All right, well, thank you, everybody. And again, thank you to all the program participants. Thank you to Sister Tweedy for her incredible leadership of this incredible organization. And certainly, Leslie, thank you for your presence and for your leadership. To Jillian, to Stefani Zinerman, who does a great job partnering with us. And we just wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving and a happy and safe holiday season.
Happy holidays.